Welcome everyone to July 2026. This is the Karmic Wheel, a monthly tarot forecast. Last month we had the Wheel of Fortune, the Lover's card, and the Tower card. And I explicitly said we're going to see people that or groups or nations or entities, etc., that normally had a pact breaking apart. That was the combination in fortunes changing and wheels turning. So we saw that in the example of, for example, Marjorie Taylor Greene and Tucker Carlson announcing in June that they would be officially separating from the Republican Party. We also saw progressive candidates defeating established Democrats here in the United States, both in like New York and Colorado. We saw this, right? So this was a break from an agreement that you would not break from the Democratic Party. So we're seeing this kind of split. We also saw the UK leadership with Keir Starmer officially breaking and resigning as leader of the Labour Party and Prime Minister. So these are examples, right, of when we saw the Lovers card in the mix next to the Tower. This was definitely an agreement, a pact that was going to break apart. And we, on a bigger global scale, we also saw the ceasefire agreement kind of disintegrate there towards the end of the month. So yeah, we definitely saw it. We definitely saw here in the United States that wheel turning and shifting potentially, within the Democratic Party toward the progressive Democrats, or AKA known as the socialist groups. So yeah, we shall see what happens. Let's move on to the next slide. I like to keep these short and sweet, and let's see what the vibration is for July. So in this month of July, we have what I think is a spiritual evolution, a spiritual revolution with the Wheel of Fortune. We are making a fast track with this chariot toward the clarity that we are seeking through the star vibration. Remember what I've been telling everyone, that the Wheel of Fortune guarantees that there's going to be a shift and there's going to be a movement each and every month of the year 2026. And that's because we are in the year marked by the Wheel of Fortune. We're also marked by the Magician and the Fool. So keep that in mind as we move forward. So the Chariot archetype is all about this power of the mind, right? So we've got the Wheel of Fortune, the Chariot, and the star vibration all activated in the month of July. And people often don't realize that the Chariot is about this intellect and the rationale that we use in order to move through life and move forward in life. In the world of black and white, we will be asked this month to make a choice one way or the other. In order to make the choice that it's the most beneficial to us, we are being aided by the star power, which is seeking that we have clarity of mind in order to get farther in the process of human evolution. The chariot is going to sort of change things around for us and help us release from the bonds that were created in the dark of night. So there's going to be a revelation, but I think it's going to be initially subtle because the star is not, for example, as bright as the sun. But again, it's because we're going to be aided by the stars to illuminate the darkness in a way. And reason, right? The mind will be invoked um, in a way that we're seeking to move away from shackles that are keeping us bonded to the darkness and moving into the space of liberation. So it's important for us to use this momentum in July of the chariot. The chariot moves with momentum. So let's press ahead into freedom, into liberation, but we have to remember to do it as an individual or collectively with clear mind. Otherwise, if we don't have that clarity that the star is here to help us with, we will make a mistake that we cannot undo. And so the star is constantly reminding us that we have the power to do what we will because we are made of stars. And at the same time, it's reminding us not to be blinded by the sparkles, the shiny things, right? Not to be blinded by the little things that they're going to put in front of us, but rather to see through the sparkles and perceive the truth with clarity. So, the Wheel of Fortune this month is rotating and changing our lives for better or for worse. And with the Chariot and the Star, this rotation is going to feel fast and faded. We do have to be careful this month not to move too quickly because things can turn topsy-turvy if we move quickly collectively, right? So we want to move at speed once we know with clarity the direction that we collectively want to head toward. So let's maintain that star power and make sure that our vision, this vision of hope, is one of service to all of humanity. And that vision of hope is the star power. All right, let's see what the July 2026 month reveals through this guiding principle of the star and the steadfastness of the chariot. I'll catch you on the next month. And I want everyone to please stay safe. Do the meditations, do whatever you need to do to stay clear of mind so that when you are presented with the goal, right? The momentum, that you do so with that clarity that the star vibration is gifting you with. Otherwise, your momentum, right? Your movement forward could be derailed. All right? Stay safe, keeping these short and sweet, and I'll catch you in August. Wow. All right. See you later, everyone. Bye.